three, four. You say you stand by your man. You tell me something I don't understand. You said you love me, and that's a fact. And then you left me. Said
Hello there, Tony Medley once again. Welcome back to my workshop. Today's project, I've got another piece of beech. It's a lovely piece of beech. I've made one before, a clock. It's a wall clock with a difference. I ordered one and it's the type what comes in two parts rather than the one what's got the rubber gasket round what you just push in. So we'll have a go at making it and then I'll let you know my thoughts on it. All I've done, I've was square, I've cut the corners off, marked the centre, and I'm going to put a glue chuck onto there and then obviously get it in the lathe and get it turned around. As I've said in previous videos, if the temperature is really low, it isn't today, but if it is, just heat that with a air dryer or a heat gun and just get the two surfaces warmed up that little bit, and then obviously you should be okay. Just hold it in place for a couple of minutes. The reason that I say that, if it is cold weather, you could get a failure, and to be perfectly honest, with me using that technique, I've never had a failure as yet. So just hold that down until the temperature comes down, and then obviously you can glue around the outside of it. So hopefully everything should be okay. That's starting to go off now. Just go around the outside now. It is a nice safe way of putting a chucking point on, and as I said, I've never had a failure as yet, but if the weather is a little bit cold, just warm it up that little bit and you shouldn't have any problems. Well, I've got it in the lathe itself. It's the glue itself has all gone hard, so all I'm going to do, as you can see, I've cut these corners off on the bandsaw. It just saves taking it all off with the chisel and making lots of shavings. So I'm just going to get it to round. What you'll notice, and I always do this, is just I've got a step centre on, and I just put a little bit of pressure on that, and it's just to make it secure while turning, so that we don't have any mishaps. So we'll turn that round, and we'll just get it around. Then we'll put a slight bevel on it for a wall clock, and then we'll cut the centre out. Well, as you can see, I've got it to round. What we need to do now is put a curve on both ends so that it's nice and round, and then we'll straighten this up. Then we will take the diameter of the clock out. Right, now that you've shaped it with the ball gouge, or I've used a ball gouge, you can see what we're aiming for is an equal semicircle, so that it's nice and rounded. And then what we're going to do is just use either a scraper, or in this case I'm going to use a negative rake scraper. Both you get the same results, just I find that these you get a bit better finish. So if you go nice and gentle, and as you look at the profile, just try to get it as even as possible. You can see the nice fine shavings that you get from the negative rake scrapers. If you haven't got one, then I would highly recommend these. Will last a lifetime. When I'm pushing daisies up, this will still be going. I'm sure somebody will have a lot of pleasure with it. So you can see it's getting to be a nice profile now. So continue on, and just what you're aiming for is just a nice smooth finish with a bean end grain, and nice and gentle. And we'll do the other side. Around here. I don't know whether you can see that, but it is the same, the profile's the same right the way around. Well, I've got it shaped equally round. I've took a little bit off the front and back, and all I'm going to do now is I'm going to sand it 120, 180, 240. Then I'm going to put a bit of seal on it, and then we will cut into it to make it the right diameter for the inside of the clock. Well, I've sanded it all down. I sanded it 120, 180, 240. Then I used Yorkshire grit. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to cut it in, or measure it, should I say. Measure that it's the correct diameter for the clock face to fit in. And then obviously what we can do then is I don't think that's right, but what we'll do, we'll put the parting tool on. Now what I've done with the parting tool, you can see I've marked the depth of it, and then when I get a couple of millimeters from there, I will go very, very gentle, and what I'll also do, I'll put a relief cut in it as well. So we'll get on with that. I'll just put my face mask on. Well, as you can see, the clock, it's one of the, there's two different types. One you purchase with a band on, which is like that one, and I would highly recommend that that's the one that you buy. This one, and that's the reason why I have done a video on that one. I'm making another video because this one, what it actually does, it clips out or turns round and it splits in that way. I don't want to break it, so I'm just going to go nice and gentle. And what you have to do is make a recess into it, put it together, and you turn it round, and obviously it fits into the clock. Then you put just a couple of screws in to hold it in place. Well, to me, that is a right faff. All you need to do is buy that type, and all you do then is just push it home, and obviously that makes the seal or holds it in place, and it's solid. The only reason I'm not using this one, because I did break it previously trying to force it into a clock. So I've ordered another one, and like I say, one that's come is the one that's split. So whatever you do, if you want to make it, just get the one what's got this little gasket in there, for want of a better word, and it'll hold it in place nice and secure. It holds it nice and tight. Don't get the one that I've got. When you put these in, always follow the manufacturer's recommendations. You can only turn at a maximum of 600 revolutions per minute. So very, very gingerly, very, very carefully, wherever word you want to use, just take this in a little bit at a time, and very, very careful, because obviously you're not turning it at high speed. Just in case I didn't explain myself, they are the second kit that I've got, the skeleton clock. What you have to do is turn it out twice. So you've got a lip on the back of it, so it's in two stages. So please keep away from the kit that I've bought the second time. What you need is that one there. I know it's a bit dusty because it's a bit dusty in there, but all you do is just cut it to the right diameter and you push it in, and that's what makes the seal, and it holds it all in place. This one that I've purchased, it comes in two parts. you've got the skeleton clock itself, and then you've got the glass, and that's the reason that you need the step. So you have to turn it down exactly that diameter, then you screw it into the back, and I think, me personally, it is a no-no. It's just too much work for it. So if you're going to get one, please make sure you get just the rubber one that holds it in place. Right, so all I'm going to do now, I've polished it all outside. All I'm going to do is just use a little bit of sealer to seal this wood so it doesn't expand or contract once we take it back into the house. So we'll seal it, it'll save any moisture getting into it. Well, that's another one done. I'm okay with it after all the hard work that I put into it. I'm going to show you the back and let you know what I was on about. You have to put a wider recess in the back and make it stepped. So all I can say is it took the pleasure out of the turning because it was just so fiddly and awkward, but at the end of the end result is superb. You can't tell a difference. But as I said earlier on, please, if you're going to have a go at the skeleton clock or wall clock or the little clocks, make sure you get the one with the little rubber gasket on the outside, and all you do is just put one straight cut into it and then fit the clock face itself. So other than that, it took the shine off the turn, and it was just so fiddly. So as I say, keep repeating myself, make sure you get the one with the little rubber grommet on it, and you'll have a great time turning it. Anyway, if you enjoyed that, please watch all my videos. I'm sure there's a lot of you out there who do watch all of them, but if you haven't already, please subscribe. And all I can say is I'll catch up with you on the next video, and I'm not sure what I've got in line for the next one, but it'll be something interesting, I'm sure. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching. Catch up with you on the next video. Bye.